Hello, friends. I'm glad to be here with you. I'm Elizabeth, and I have a fun thing for us to do for all the 12 days of Christmas. Did you know there are 12 days in the season of Christmas? It starts on December 25th when we remember Jesus' birth, and it goes all the way until the Epiphany, which is January 6th. And on Epiphany, we celebrate the wise ones reaching Jesus and getting to see Jesus, and it's a wonderful, wonderful celebration. So we're going to make story ornaments all throughout this season, one each day. And I thought we would start at the very beginning today. We would start with the city of Bethlehem because that's where Mary and Joseph were traveling when Jesus came. And they were traveling there because that was the law. They were told they had to go back to their ancestral city where they were from, where they're originally from, and be counted so that they knew exactly how many people were from each area. So, have you ever had to go on a long trip and you haven't been feeling your best? It's kind of how Mary was feeling. She was very pregnant and was not feeling her best, but she went because she had to do it. And Joseph knew she wasn't feeling her best, but he took care of her, and they went together to the city of Bethlehem. Now, where I live in Pennsylvania, there is actually a city named Bethlehem, and I work in the city of Bethlehem. That's where the church is, and it does not look at all like Bethlehem looked in Jesus's time. The cities then were built with simple materials. It was all built by hand. They didn't have the same machines we have. So the buildings that we're used to seeing, large buildings, that didn't happen then. They were lower buildings, and they came out kind of like they look kind of like rectangles. So that's what we're going to start building with today. Now you see that I have this here. This is a slice of a tree. My husband cut these for me. And if you don't have these, you can get them at craft stores, or you can go outside and pick up some stones and draw on them. They can also be used as ornaments. They just wouldn't be story ornaments, they'd be story stones, and you could tell the story that way. So here's what I'm going to do. Because I am using, we call them tree cookies, I'm going to use my pencil, see it here, and I'm going to outline first because I am not the best artist. I like to be able to try something and then erase if I'm not happy with it. So I'm going to test out my rectangles. I am going to do one here and go over that way. You probably can't see this because it is a little light, but once I bring out my paint pens or my Sharpies, you will see it darker. So I've got two smaller rectangles on the side and a larger rectangle in the middle. And I am going to take my blue paint pen, and Sharpies work just as well. It's just that my kids used my Sharpies and I can't find them. So I'm using paint pens today. And I'm going to outline these rectangles, and hopefully you'll be able to see them better. Boom, 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 one rectangle. There's the second rectangle. And here's the third one. Those are three separate buildings or houses that I'm making for the city of Bethlehem. And I am thinking we need some windows because people like to be able to see out. So I'm going to take my white paint pen this time and add a window or two on each building. It can be a little hard to see here, but I'll hold this all up when I'm done. There's a window. Here's another window. You could pretend that they're doors, whatever works for you, whatever you think they had in those buildings. And because one of the things we know they were doing, they're following the stars and the moon, I want to put at least a moon up in the sky over the city of Bethlehem. Just, I feel like doing that. You can choose to decorate it however you want, but I feel like a moon today, and I'm feeling like a crescent moon today. It'll look a little different than a circle full moon. I'm just going to go for a crescent. You know what? I'm going to trace it with my pencil first because I'm drawing upside down to talk with you, and I don't trust myself to draw a good crescent moon upside down for the first time. So I'm going to go to the side like this. Yeah, I think that'll do. So here I go. I have my yellow. If I had my gold Sharpie, this would really look awesome. I have some gold Sharpies. I love those things. I'm not sure where they got to. So there we go. I've got my moon right there. I've got my buildings in the city of Bethlehem, and this is the first day and our step on our step towards the path toward Epiphany for the 12 days of Christmas, the city of Bethlehem, where Mary and Joseph were going. I hope you had fun making this. Join me tomorrow. We'll make something new to tell the story of Jesus's birth. Bye.